Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. We have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen.
You know, I usually stay out of these conversations, but with Caitlin Clark, I can't stay silent anymore.
But my first inclination is to say that this person is not a female. Firstly, because this was actually posted to Brittney's personal Instagram.
Hello everyone and welcome back to WNBA Core. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today I've got another exciting and highly interesting video for you. And if you're a true Caitlin Clark fan, you're definitely going to want to watch this one until the very end. Before we get started, let me know you're part of the WNBA Core family by commenting CC 100% below. I love seeing all the amazing Clark fans in the comments section. Now, without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into today's video. Alright. What would happen if one of the greatest basketball icons of all time saw the WNBA's most talented young phenom being singled out through dubious physical methods? You're about to find out, because LeBron James' startling commentary regarding Brittney Griner's actions against Caitlin Clark has completely sent shockwaves through the basketball universe. But first, let me pose a quick question to you. Have you ever seen a professional athlete subjected to the kind of targeted physical play that Caitlin Clark has experienced throughout her young career? What LeBron James witnessed during the Connecticut Sun game has dramatically altered his perspective on the WNBA. This specific aspect of LeBron's viewpoint is deeply damaging to Brittney Griner's standing. Right now, Caitlin Clark finds herself in the exact position LeBron once occupied. LeBron James was the unquestioned top player in a league filled with elite physical talent early in his career. And because rival defenses couldn't match his transcendent basketball IQ and skill, they tried to physically intimidate him on the floor. However, LeBron brought critical attention to this growing issue. Brittney Griner's public reputation takes a fascinating turn at this point. LeBron understands the clear distinction between standard high-stakes competitive play and the unacceptable physical target he saw directed at Caitlin Clark. In his direct words, it was the most cowardly act seen on a basketball court in decades. You heard that correctly, yes. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 80% of our viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's completely free and only takes a second, but it means the absolute world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great! Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video.
I watched them all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa. Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I watched a lot of basketball.
Like, can we get Caitlin Clark a little protection out there?
Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time.
After reviewing the footage showing Brittney Griner striking Caitlin Clark from behind while Clark was already recovering from an eye poke, LeBron James reacted with swift, fierce condemnation. As a legend who battled physical enforcers like Dennis Rodman and Bill Laimbeer, LeBron possesses a deep understanding of genuine competitive intensity. Yet even he recognized that Griner's conduct completely violated the core principles of sportsmanship and competitive integrity. Listen closely to what LeBron had to say about the exact timing of that shove. Griner's camp is reportedly rattled by his direct assessment. The Hall of Famer voiced a perspective that thousands of fans had been debating, but no star of his magnitude had the courage to state publicly. Taking cheap shots at an athlete when they are completely exposed and looking away is not the same as playing disciplined, championship-level defense. LeBron emphasized that his era was widely considered the most physically demanding in NBA history. When you had an issue with an opponent, you didn't wait for their back to be turned, you met them face-to-face like a true competitor. And that exact element is what LeBron found most distasteful about Griner's actions. For the time being, Griner's standing among traditionalists has been heavily damaged by LeBron's critique. Furthermore, her post-game defensive responses only fueled the fire among veteran analysts. Rather than offering an apology or acknowledging that the play went too far, Griner acted as though the fans and media were picking sides unfairly, remarking, "Damned if I do, damned if I don't." Hearing those excuses made LeBron even more critical. He asserted that true champions and legends of the game always take complete accountability for their physical actions, especially plays that carry potential injury risks for fellow competitors. He noted that seeing a veteran play the victim reminded him of athletes who secretly knew they couldn't match another player's elite skill level, resorting to questionable physical tactics to affect the game instead. In essence, LeBron framed Griner as relying on unethical measures because she lacks the pure basketball capability to contain Clark's elite offensive threat. This is where LeBron's analysis highlights something remarkable about Caitlin Clark herself. LeBron recognizes in Clark the rare hallmark traits that define all-time greats: her extraordinary basketball IQ, her uncanny clutch shooting, and above all, her natural talent for elevating every teammate around her. As a traditionalist who respects the sanctity of the game, he sees a disturbing trend. This generationally talented young guard is forced to constantly scan for physical cheap shots rather than focusing entirely on expanding her immense court potential. LeBron believes that targeting Clark physically when she is turned around reflects everything wrong with how certain veterans choose to defend her, opting for physical intimidation rather than sharpening their own skill, conditioning, and preparation. He categorized that approach as the lowest form of basketball competition. Unsurprisingly, LeBron's bold statements quickly became the central topic of discussion across the sports world. While he drew parallels to the physical harassment he endured during his own career, he made sure to place Clark's situation in its unique modern context. He emphasized that at just 22 years old, Clark is navigating far more off-court scrutiny and physical adversity than most athletes encounter over their entire careers, all while shouldering the weight of being the primary face of women's basketball. LeBron's comments regarding the league's handling of these situations went viral across social media. He argued that when a league permits players to physically target superstars without severe consequences, it signals to lesser players that dirty tactics can be used to stay relevant instead of developing genuine basketball skills. He warned that this creates a dangerous precedent that could derail the very athletes driving the league's economic growth. LeBron went so far as to state that failing to punish these actions properly sets a poor example for youth players watching globally, who should be learning dedication, skill, and sportsmanship rather than physical gamesmanship. Perhaps the most significant element of LeBron's commentary was his prediction regarding Caitlin Clark's long-term career trajectory. He insisted that Clark is forged through adversity, and that every hard foul, dirty play, and attempt at physical intimidation will only harden her resolve to dominate through pure basketball brilliance. LeBron compared Clark's current rookie experience to his own early years in the NBA when veteran teams constantly tested his endurance. The difference today, he pointed out, is that Clark is handling extreme physical play while managing a level of media spotlight and commercial expectation never before seen in women's sports history. For these reasons, LeBron's vocal support of Caitlin Clark carries immense weight. He isn't merely defending an individual rookie, he is defending the fundamental integrity of basketball itself. In his view, Clark embodies everything that makes the sport special: vision, elite talent, competitive fire, and grace under pressure, while physical enforcers risk undermining the sport's appeal. The basketball legend made it crystal clear that the WNBA stands at a critical crossroads. They face a choice: either protect and highlight their premier draws, allowing generational talents like Caitlin Clark to elevate the entire league, or continue permitting physical tactics that damage the sport's credibility. LeBron's message was unambiguous: the decision made will dictate the league's future. This leaves us with the ultimate question that has fans debating everywhere: will the WNBA take LeBron James' warnings about protecting Caitlin Clark seriously, or will they allow physical tactics to compromise the league's growing popularity? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments section below. How do you feel about LeBron James' harsh assessment of Brittney Griner's physical foul? Do you think his critique was spot on, or was he being overly severe? Most importantly, do you believe the league will step up to protect its marquee star moving forward? Please leave your thoughts down below. I read through every single one of them. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for WNBA Core if you want more sharp basketball breakdowns that cut through the noise and tell you what's really happening on and off the court. LeBron James' blunt commentary may very well change how Caitlin Clark is officiated and treated moving forward. As this narrative continues to unfold, one thing is becoming undeniable: this conversation goes far beyond a single game, one hard foul, or a temporary controversy. It touches on the future direction of women's basketball, the standards the league intends to enforce, and how its defining superstars are safeguarded when the entire world is watching. Few athletes in history have entered a professional league carrying the weight of expectations that Caitlin Clark carries every night. Millions of viewers tune in for every matchup, every play is dissected under a microscope, every triumph is celebrated globally, and every misstep makes national headlines. That is the reality of being the biggest draw in the sport today. At the same time, seasoned league veterans bring years of physical toughness, pride, and playoff experience to every single possession. The core challenge for WNBA leadership is ensuring that intense, high-stakes competition never crosses the line into dangerous or non-basketball plays. Fans tune in for raw intensity. They want heated rivalries, elite skill, and physical defense. But they also demand competitive fairness, player safety, and mutual respect on the floor. Because LeBron James spent his career performing under unprecedented pressure, his commentary carries massive authority across the sports world. Throughout his career, he encountered some of the most formidable physical defenders in basketball history, yet his message remains focused on preserving the purity of the game so that basketball talent, not physical controversy, remains the center of attention. Whether you completely agree with his critique or feel the incident was blown out of proportion by media coverage, how the league balances physical defense against superstar protection remains a heated debate among fans, analysts, former legends, and media networks alike. Should officials blow a tighter whistle? Should the front office issue stiffer fines and suspensions, or is this simply part of adjusting to professional physical basketball? Everyone seems to have a different take. Caitlin Clark's personal approach, however, remains unchanged. She continues to keep her focus strictly on the court, refusing to let physical fouls, media noise, or off-court debates define her performance. She shows up, competes at the highest level, and continuously demonstrates why millions view her as the future of the sport. That relentless mental toughness is a primary reason her fanbase stands behind her so passionately. The WNBA is experiencing unprecedented growth. Social media engagement is shattering records daily, arenas are packed to capacity, television ratings are soaring, and millions of new fans are tuning in for the very first time. How high-profile physical incidents are handled directly impacts how the league is perceived globally. Every game moving forward carries massive significance, every Caitlin Clark matchup will be scrutinized, and every referee call will be analyzed in real time as history is being written. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think LeBron James' comments accurately reflect the state of the league today? Is the WNBA doing enough to safeguard its biggest draws while maintaining physical play? And what long-term impact will this controversy have on Brittney Griner, Caitlin Clark, and the league overall? Share your thoughts down in the comments section. This community thrives on passionate, respectful debate, and your perspective might even be featured in an upcoming video on WNBA Core. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to WNBA Core, and turn on all notifications so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much for watching and for your incredible support. Click the video on your screen right now to keep watching, and we'll see you in the next breakdown.